Hi guys, it's your girl Adiola Patron.
And it's me, Maria Musa.
And welcome back to the Deep Hit Podcast.
Oh yeah.
Where we deep if it's really that deep.
Oh, it's really not that deep.
And we have weekly themes.
And this week's theme is gonna be
Breadcrumbed.
Oh yeah.
You know you gotta sing through the pain.
Yeah. Sing through the pain.
Sing through the pain.
But even before we get to the breadcrumbs, because I'm going to be so excited for this one, how are you? How have you deeped anything this week? Because I've deeped that this is going to be
Our last
week till you enter. Guys, I'm not seeing you.
Guys, do you know what? I was actually deep in it the other day. Like, as it's coming near the end of my time in freedom, I have like, oh my gosh, like when this happens, I'm not going to be able to call Maz. I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm not going to be able to just have a glass of wine or just look through my window and just do what I want or just, and I'm like,
You have to deal with it.
I have to deal with it.
On camera.
On camera.
With strangers that you have never met before.
Strangers I've never met before. And I feel like if you don't know what we're talking about, guys, by the way, I go into Locked In this week. Obviously, as this episode comes out, you've probably I'm actually out the house now.
Yeah, as you lot are listening, she's out the house. She's done her thing. You guys know, it's kind of like now it's like in a couple of,
where I was before I went in, basically.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. How do you feel? Because I'm really excited for you, but I'm sad.
I'm excited, I'm nervous, and do you know what can I be real with what I'm even concerned about? I'm thinking, what about if I forget I'm on camera and I just dig the fattest wedgie? Is that always gonna be on camera? Do you know what I mean? Or what about if them ones where it's like have you ever sneakily done something because someone can't see? You might quickly just rub your nose quickly or just quickly scratch your fanny or something. But there's no cameras.
Yeah, it's
Whereas now I need to remember all the things that I think I could sneakily do.
But you know what? They do tend, especially on, I feel like for Asylum, I feel like they will make sure that they don't portray you in the worst light. Yeah. You know, there's some platforms that are for TV, they don't give a heck. It's all for entertainment. I do believe, because you guys are talent with them as well. They'll want to work with you. They wouldn't want to embarrass you like that. Do you know what I mean?
So I'm not really, I'm just more concerned in like, as well, you know how I am when sometimes I just don't even care to talk to people. Like if I've already locked someone off my head, I'm not gonna.
But that's kind of like a mood, though. You know, I think most people expect the preppy, happy-go-lucky, like, energetic person to be the one you're gonna love the most. But sometimes it must be the real ones that are just like a mood. Yeah. You know, when you're not in a mood and then you can relate to Madiola. Like, do you know what I mean? But I think the best thing you can do is be yourself.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do. I think the hardest part will be the no contact.
Yeah, same.
I couldn't even do 2 days in Mykonos.
Yeah,
without being under the table messaging you. Yeah, so. Be interesting.
What do you think is your what do you think would be your worst character trait that you know in yourself? Obviously you said, you know, you might not want to talk to people, but what would you say?
I don't know, it's gonna be interesting because I don't know really.
Is it?
And I feel like everyone I have in my life knows me so well that they probably accommodate my bad traits.
Like they know how to deal with something that you could do.
Yeah, because even the other day when I was arguing with my boyfriend about something so dumb and I was telling my mum, she was just like, Adiola, I'm not gonna lie, I can't baby you anymore. Like you do have that trait where and I was like, whoa, I know what I do. Like I get irritated quickly. And when I'm irritated, I'll just cut you off. Like I'm done with the conversation. And like obviously I've had that with my parents, like because obviously you know you've got bad traits and your parents know, well that's her, I'll just talk to her later. So with anyone, mum, do you know what, I'll talk to you later. Like I'm not having this conversation now. I'm just I'm not having the conversation.
There was a funny time in Nigeria where your mum was calling you in the morning and I was sleeping. And I think you had to get your passport done.
Yeah.
And you were like, Mum, you kept saying something. I was just really making me laugh. Like, Mum, I know, I'll do it. Oh, Mum, I'm going to call you back. Like,
I'm just like, just don't fluster me. When I'm going to do it. I will do it. I will have the conversation when I'm ready.
And I feel like with African moms, right, they're so dramatic. Like, everything is so much more amplified. Like, it sounds like they're actually shouting at you. So you're thinking, all right, like,
I've heard you. So I think that might be maybe I just cut people off, or maybe I'm too irritated.
Do you know what I don't think people might not know how to handle? So, you know, I know how to handle it. You might do your jokes.
Oh,
like,
yeah, that might be another one as well.
Like as in, like if you don't add Jonah, like she'll be like, she might say something like you'd be like, oh, you do this thing where it's like,
you don't know whether I'm joking or not.
Yeah, and then you'll be like, oh no, babe, like no, seriously, and it's like, oh,
you're like, oh my god, yeah, and then I'll be like,
just
kidding, and you're like, whoa,
yeah, or you'll just be rude, but it's like. Not like you like we've done it with crew when we worked on with like Channel 4 and stuff like that. Adele will just be like, no,
like they'll be like, oh, Kenya, I'll be like, I'm not doing that now,
and it just be like.
And then it gets awkward for everyone because they're like, is she actually being serious?
And I'm just
kidding. So that might be one too.
That might be one, but I think people get the chance.
Get used
I'm
to
joking.
It. Yeah.
Or your dramatics.
Am I dramatic?
Yeah. Sometimes you'll be like,
okay,
like
yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, so. Yeah, that might be something, but I think it's banter. I think you'll get used to it.
Yeah, I feel like it'll be interesting. It'll be a good experience, and I'm even interested to learn about myself being in such an experiment. So,
I was gonna say, which is dumb, but I can't even. I'm not gonna say it now.
No, just have a dumb moment.
I was gonna say, do you think you're gonna find love in locked in? I forgot she's got a man, but I got a man now.
So yeah. I'm just you just started talking about my man, and here I am, all smiling like I forgot what we was even talking about. What was this whole conversation about? Locked in and you missing me.
Yeah, guys, I don't know how I'm gonna deal with this one. I'm not gonna lie. I just feel like we've gotten in such a routine of talking like minimum 2 hours a day.
And do you know what's so funny about our routines? Our routines adapt to our era. Like there was an era where we were both single, and that was very jobless. Not jobless, but we did have, we would be
together,
crack of dawn on the phone,
I'll be
8 a.m.
She'll call me and
so by maybe 10 a.m. where we've spoken for like 2-3 hours, it's just like, babe, do you just want to come over? Because we've been on the phone for this long. She'll come over, and then we'll spend
the whole couple of days sometimes.
2-3 days. Then we'll end up working together, probably go to the podcast together.
And then I'll come back. So at the dog.
Literally. So now that she actually lives with her partner, even like there was yesterday, I called her. She was like, babe, I really can't call you back right now. We're cooking together. Then we're going to watch a movie together. I'm so sorry. And I'm like, babe, I get it.
And because I was like, okay, I don't look like I'm upset sneaking the phone to call them.
Yeah, like who you sneaking off to be on the phone with? Just like,
it's enough. Okay. Like, do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's gonna be really hard. Like I actually have to talk to my fiance the whole day now.
The whole day.
I can't talk I don't know how I'm gonna deal with it. And I just sometimes like, you know, when you think of something, I'll just text you, I'll send you a babe, like, oh babe, like I'm so stressed out.
But still do that though.
I just talk to you like
on iMessage, because I do want to turn my phone on and just have all the updates of everything.
I will text you as I'm watching it, like LOL babe.
Like, so you remember. Yeah.
So I'm excited for you though, but it's gonna be good, guys. We have to vote for Adriana. Like
babe, it's too late by the time this episode comes out. So did you vote for me? Are you real or are you fake is the question you need to sit and deep right now.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, but I'm gonna vote. Well, I voted for her, so
thank you, babe. And thank you to everyone that supported me. Thank you to everyone that showed me love. And I'm guessing I had an amazing time. I hope.
I hope so, because the next episode might be a different thing.
The next episode after this is me coming out of the house. So let's hope the tone is the same.
Yeah. No, I'm excited. Oh.
So this theme, we've said already, we sang it to you already, is breadcrumbs. So for those of you that don't know, because when we did put out this question, a lot of people were like, I don't really know what you mean by breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
We have the definition here for you. Breadcrumbing is a manipulative tactic where someone gives another person just enough attention to keep them interested without any intention of committing to a relationship.
Ooh.
So there have been times, I will say, that I've been seeing or dating someone. I've never been in a relationship, but they've kept me enough to still date them.
Yeah.
Where I get excited about dumb, stupid things.
Yeah.
That, to be fair, if I reflect on myself, I clearly had no standards.
Yeah.
But I've definitely been breadcrumbed before.
I've been breadcrumbed in a relationship, definitely. Like I think the whole idea of having a relationship with a person that you probably liked for so long, you got there, and then in the relationship, there isn't really anything far and beyond.
And sometimes I think with breadcrumbing, the reason why you keep going, because in your head you do think, well, this is only because we're not in a relationship, and you think that
by the time
you get into a relationship, the breadcrumb will turn into a loaf of bread, but it doesn't.
It doesn't. It never turns. It just stays crumbing.
It just stays crumbs.
Do you want to tell your first experience before we go into our...
I want to let them land first before I
you want to set yourself up?
Yeah, I don't want to just... Let's see what we're working with. How low are we really going?
Okay. Should I...
Oh,
one. Oh no,
yeah,
you. No,
okay.
you. Yeah, sorry.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah.
So the first one. So I met a boy over a year ago while on holiday with the girls. He was everything I thought I wanted: tall, handsome, and funny. By the end of the week, he had told me that he loved me. We got back to the UK and we started messaging every day, but he never made any attempts to actually see me. At first, I assumed he was just busy as he was still messaging all the time. That slowed down after about a week and eventually he ghosts me. However, for the past year, he'll spark up conversation every 3 to 4 weeks, dropping in and asking how I'm doing, saying things like, "We should get a drink soon." I am so confused by this boy. Like, if you aren't interested, why are you still messaging me? It's getting so hard to meet someone else. Girl, leave that man alone.
Yeah, he's not serious.
Leave him alone. That is breadcrumbing right there.
Very much so. And it's like, it's even love bombing a little bit, because a week and you say, I love you. That's a very hard thing for, I think, guys to say.
For me...
Yeah.
Like, you know how a guy could tell a girl, I love you in a week, and for them, they'll be like, oh, so cute. For me, I'd be like, you weirdo.
That's weird. Yeah, I think that's weird. I love you in a week. I think I'm a bit different. I think, he loves me. But now I think that it's weird.
After the experiences.
It's like, it's weird. You don't know someone in a week. Unless maybe if you go on something like Love Island and then you scream them 24/7, but you don't really know someone like that. Telling a girl you love in a week is weird, and then you ghost is weirder, and then you're coming back and being like, oh, let's go out for a drink and stuff like that. Leave me alone. You're either in or you're out.
And it's just, sometimes I genuinely think guys do that just to see if the access is still there.
Yeah, if they can get away.
It's like, okay, I still have the access, she's still cool there, let me carry on. Wherever he is right now, whoever is occupying his time, he's just still running it a bit longer, and then just making sure, you still there?
But I don't even think it's a thing where they put you there as like, oh, your option 2. I generally think they do that to girls, that they feel like when they're bored. Yeah. And just that ego thing. Like,
and I think it could be because there would be a time, like, let's say the person when I used to date or whatever isn't giving me as much attention right now. I might just quickly message someone else that I know will just give me that, not even see them or have any interest. It's just like, you're just kind of feeding my ego just right now, where I'm feeling this guy, this other guy is just irritating me. Yeah. And also, I used to see, anyway, there was a time where I was talking to someone and I just felt like they would never bring up the conversation of when they're going to see me. And when it just gets to a point where it's like, okay, we're talking and talking and talking. Why haven't you asked to see me yet? It's just, do you want a pen pal? And it'll just get to the point where I'll be like, so when am I seeing you? Can I see you? And then it'll be a whole date. We'll plan a date, and then the date will come, and then I'm having to like, hey, am I still seeing you today? And then they're making it like, oh, do you know what? Yeah, I should still be seeing you, but I'm just gonna get back to you. Like, it's like something has come up.
Babe, my heart is pounding.
You're going through memory lane.
Yeah, like as you said that, I literally remember the situation that happened to me. I've got a picture of me crying because I drank a whole bottle of wine to like suppress
what happened, babe?
Let me tell you about it. So basically, there was this guy that I was talking to, and then we were meant to go out for. We were meant to. This is why it was weird. It was me and my other friend. We were supposed to go out with them on a double date, and then my other friend couldn't go. And then if I'm kind of seeing you, what does it matter if my other friend couldn't go? Because he was trying to get another friend for my friend. I was like,
so it wasn't even like they're already a couple.
Yeah, it wasn't like that. So cool. So then he called me like, and I obviously FaceTimed me because I looked really nice because I was getting ready to go, whatever. And he was like, oh yeah, do you still want to go? I'm like, yeah, of course I still want to go. I remember saying to him, he said something like, the time he wanted to go was quite late. And I was just like, oh, that's a bit late. Like, I'm not going to be waiting around to go on a date with you. And he was in the car with his friends and I could hear laughing. So that's my first little like irritated thing. And then he was like, and I was like to him, okay, well, he was like, I'm going to go see my mum first. That was anytime a guy brings up his mum, I'm telling you, they're lying. I'm telling you, they're lying.
Yeah.
Anytime there's something about my mum,
I'm going to see my mum. And it's like, they're always going to see their mum.
They're not.
And because even when I go to see my mum, like I remember, sorry to cut you off, keep going. Because even sometimes when I see my mum and I'm just like, after a couple of hours, it's like, okay, I'm going back to my house.
Yeah, like you're not really seeing your mum for that long.
Yeah,
like,
and even as a boy, what are you doing at your mum's all the time?
You're not helping her to cook, let's be so for real. You're not helping her to clean. Unless you're having a quick catch up, like, checking in. It's not, you don't take.
And you're not the only child either.
You're not. So when he said that, I was a bit like, okay, cool, whatever. Long story short, like, I was meant to wait for him. But basically, long story short, he just ended up not getting back to me.
Yeah.
And then I remember I was just waiting up for ages and ages and ages. And I found out that night he went to see some other girl. And I just felt just like, you're so rude. Like, I need to find the message to read deep the conversation. Because I think I said something to him and he took it the wrong way because I said, oh, it's kind of weird that you're seeing your mum so late or something like that.
Oh, the gaslight.
But that was but I think I that was like clinging on to something because he gives you a little bit like he still wants to see you. You're waiting around because you actually want to see them. And then they're giving you excuses like, okay, cool, he's got a valid excuse.
Yeah.
But it's actually the bare minimum. Like, if you're trying to see me, you're going to stick to a time.
Especially when it's like, when you want to see someone,
and you're excited.
You give them another date.
Yeah.
But you haven't even mentioned another date. So
and you
it's
just haven't been particular about the time. I think that is definitely something that is a red flag. If a guy wants to see you and he really wants to see you, he's going to tell you a time and he will see you. All 100%. This, okay, I'll get back to you. I'll try and get back. It's not. And that was definitely a breadcrumb.
A what, babe?
A brother. So bread and crumb. A breadcrumb moment for me, and that triggered me in her story.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
You don't want to say yours?
No, I'll say mine. So it is kind of a breadcrumb, but it's more like I was down bad, I think.
Okay, why? How?
So, seeing this guy, whatever, it's the same one that I felt like he wouldn't really give me definite days of when to see him. And then I think there was one time it was just like he was kind of like maybe not going through it, but he was saying he was feeling a bit down in the dumps. So I was like, oh, do you know what? I'm not even going to say what I booked because I don't want it to be too obvious. But I was like, oh, let me book this thing for us to go to. It's kind of like going to the cinema, but not the cinema. So just to give you a context of where we went.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh yeah, I'll get the tickets. Got the tickets. And then obviously I made my way there to meet him, and then he was like maybe like 15 minutes late, but I was still in the queue to go, so it was fine. So then obviously, when you're meeting, maybe it started at like 7, I believe. So we go do this activity together, and I'm like, obviously I've booked it, babe. Obviously he's getting like the drinks or one stuff that we're having there, and then we're leaving now. As we're leaving, I go to his car and we're saying, he's like, oh, do you know what? I can't even drop you, And I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, I'm just going out with the boys. And I'm like, right. He's like, yeah, but like, and I'm like, I was like, oh yeah, it's fine. In my head, I'm thinking, oh yeah, don't worry, it's fine. Like we've had a cute day.
Yeah.
Like I'll go to the station, and like babe, I literally went to the station. I went home, and when I deeper, I just find it so disrespectful because one, I booked it, and two, you're actually going out with the boys after. You can't. You can't even drop me home,
or at least drop me halfway on the way, like.
Babe. And in my head, I'm thinking, oh, at least he came. I guess if he didn't want to come, he wouldn't have came.
Whoa, babe, that's a mad thing to say.
Babe, at least he came. Like, do you know what I mean? At least we had a good time. But when you really think about it, it wasn't your idea. It was my idea to do something nice for you.
Oh, these men, babe,
babe, honestly, they can just really have you feeling like 1, 2 out of 10.
Yeah, and on top of that, it's like, you're supposed to be taking me out.
You're supposed to be taking me out.
I've taken you out, basically.
I've actually taken you on a date.
taken you on a date. I've paid for this date, and you can't even drop me home to go see your boy.
No, babe. It's
these boys,
embarrassing.
Like, I think have I had something like that?
That you defo have.
All right. I've had something really embarrassing. Let's get to the next one,
okay?
We'll level it up every
time. But girl, leave him alone.
Okay, second one. I fell in love with my guy best friend when I was 20. I think I've always liked him, but I got to the point where I had to confess it to him. When I did, he was so nice about it, but also never said how he felt. I came away even more unsure of where we stood. We carried on being friends after, but things were defo different. One night we were at the pub with our friendship group and he kissed me. I was so happy. I thought it was the first move to us. To us actually giving things a go. And then he went quiet on me. I had no idea what was going on, so I called him and he said he needed to sort his head out before he started thinking about us. This went on for months. This went on for months. He would go distant and cold, then apologize and kiss me or text me all over it, or be all over me. Eventually I had to realize my worth and call things a day. After I said I was done, he practically begged me to give him a chance. Men are wild. He was playing with her emotions, and I think for a girl to confess her love to her guy best friends, it does change the dynamic a bit. And I don't know, that doesn't give a good friend
at all
as well, because if you're my guy best friend and I've told you I like you and you didn't say it back, but then you're kissing me and then you're kind of like be off as well. It just thinks, okay, do you not want us to be friends again then? Because if you don't feel me like that, then say, it'll be a bit awkward. And I think it would probably push the friendship back a little bit. But I feel like he is giving her breadcrumbs.
Yes.
Because he still wants her keen. Because he probably wants to do friends with benefits.
Yeah. I feel like
a little bit.
I'm not even going to try to understand this stupid man. He's just dumb. Like, I'm trying to think, maybe, you know, when you're like, you like her as a person, as a friend, and then you're attracted to her, but then you're thinking, oh, do I want to cross that line? So you're confused and then you hold back a bit.
But I feel like boys are more likely to cross the line.
Yeah.
This is the thing. I think boys are more likely, if they always say this thing, like there's always a guy they would want to tap their friend. Do you know what I mean? So he would most likely.
Like, I feel like girls control the narrative of their male friendships.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. Yeah, I think this one is breadcrumbs. I think he's just taking the piss a bit, and I think he's having his cake and eating it too a little bit, and it's on his terms rather than her terms. And I think the fact that she told him, that's the thing I hate. When you confess.
I just think, have you ever confessed your feelings to a guy?
Yeah.
How did that go?
So I feel like it went. So obviously, it was always like he wasn't sure.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Like it was like as if this is a guy at uni, right? And I really, really liked him, like as in obsessively liked him. Like one time, obsessively to the point where one time, I went in. I had a gut feeling that he was with another girl. I just had this gut feeling.
Yeah.
So it was the day before like graduation, and. It was the day before graduation, and me and my friends, it was like 1 a.m. or like 2 p.m. We're walking the corner shop like to get snacks and stuff, and then I saw his car parked up at this other girl's house. Babe, I was bawling. Like you would have thought like my actual boyfriend cheated on me. I was crying, everything like that. So I was obsessed with this guy, and he was the one that I confessed, and he was always unsure. He was always not ready, and it would be like simple things like wanting to go to Winter Wonderland. I don't understand why that is such an issue to go to.
I still haven't been to Winter Wonderland.
You'll go this year though.
I hope so.
Yeah, I believe you'll go this year. But it was just weird things like that, and this was a guy that I think this was the bare minimum he done for me, and I think this is really my most embarrassing breadcrumb moment.
Go for it.
Okay, so babe, you're part of this though, because
I played a part in it.
Yeah, I feel like you always my shenanigans.
I obviously wasn't none the wiser.
You fed the delusion with me though.
I fed the delusion.
You fed the delusion.
No, okay, tell me, what's the story?
Okay, so one time I got a card and it ended on the blogs a couple of years.
Babe, I didn't feed that delusion.
Babe, you did, because we talked about it on a pod before.
Oh.
And in the card, there was just 2 letters, not words, not sentence, just 2
I remember that.
letters, and it was LY. And everyone was like roasting, like, this guy hates this girl, and Adjola was backing me. I'm a back my friend. She was like, no, you don't even know him. That's his banter. And I was like, yeah, that's his banter.
No, but babe, though, I'm not in your relationship, so I feed what you tell me.
Yeah, that was
so
his
you're
banter.
telling me that's his banter. So I'm gonna go to war with that's his banter.
You guys don't know. Not everything's on socials. So, but obviously at the time, I think in that moment, I was thinking that's his banter. Like, it's not that deep. But now I actually asked my fiance. I was like, obviously because we've been friends, so I've told he knows like my history with guys. He always thinks, I don't know why you go for these like guys. And I said to him, was there a moment I told you about that was breadcrumb? He was like, yeah. And he was like the cards. And I was like, guys, embarrassing. And I was like, all I've ever wanted is like a heartfelt card from a guy, like something meaningful. And that was just the opposite of that. And I just think that's just so, when you deep it, is like, you couldn't even say, I love you. LY.
Yeah.
So that was breadcrumbs. And I was so gassed about it. I was like, oh my God, he got me a card. Yeah, but thanks for backing the delusion, babe.
Always.
Are you thinking about your? That was my most embarrassment. I don't know if there's any more lower than like a card like that. And I actually posted it on my story. Like I posted
you were
proud,
babe.
Oh God.
Oh, I just have one, but I just think let me read the next one.
Read the next one.
Okay. I think I might have been breadcrumbing a boy. Ooh. Roles of reverse. There's this one guy I know. We met on Hinge and we've been on a couple of dates. I knew after date 2 that he wasn't my husband. I never properly rejected him because I knew if I got bored, he would be a good distraction. / a part of me thought maybe I would want to go back there one day. I started drunk texting him because I knew he'd reply, and I've basically just used him whenever I've been bored or between situationships. I feel bad about it. He asked to see me recently because he's going through a tough time, and now I feel like maybe I've taken it too far. What do I do? See, the thing is, I feel like girls can be breadcrumby.
Yeah, we know what we're doing, and when we do it so mean. Because to a guy, go is a challenge. Yeah. So I think it's better for us to do it because it's like a guy's got to work for you anyways. While we working and taking dribs from a guy, we should be giving them little dribs to keep them on their toes. Stuff like that. So I condone this personally. In this.
Girl, you're doing amazing. You're doing amazing. I think if he's, and I don't feel like it's.
Has he confessed that he likes her?
There's this one guy we met on Hinge. They went on a couple dates. Like, what do you want from me?
Yeah, and like, what have you done to? What's he? So what's he done? Like, what's he doing?
He hasn't done anything. Has he said he wants? He's just saying that. What does he say? I started drinking because but budget. I feel bad. He asked me to see recently. Breadcrumbing this one guy on Hinge. I knew after dates he wasn't. I never properly rejected him.
Yeah. So it's like it's like you're not my husband, but doesn't mean you can't be my a flirty
here and there,
and that's okay.
That's fine
because you haven't declared to me that I really like you. I really want to take things serious with you.
And I think maybe when it kind of starts to get a bit when it's like he's. You know, they kept putting effort and time. Like, he's booked hair. I went and we've gone out to eat a few times, and now he wants to fly me hair. I've gone. He's bought me this. Yeah. It's like okay.
He wants to see my family. Like he wants to be invested in your life. I think that's when you start to think, okay, if I'm actually not also invested in this guy's life, I have to kind of be honest or kind of really cut it off because it's not nice.
Also, you can kind of breadcrumb someone, but still have some. Let me not say breadcrumb because. When they say when you read the whole definition, the manipulation behind it, that's not the case in terms of when I talk about when I would breadcrumb. Yeah. It's just like, I just keep you keen. I just message you there to keep you keen so we're cool, but I don't give you enough to know that this girl is serious about me. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's just like maybe if I need a favor, you still might help me out. Yeah. Or if I need to talk to someone, you'll still pick up the phone.
Yeah, that's true.
But I'm not giving you much. So why are you... See, this is why, babe, I had to even reflect on myself. I don't blame the guys for breadcrumbing me because I just think, what am I even giving you for you to even like me like that? That's a you problem.
Right, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I feel like you could be there for him as a friend. If he's going through a tough time, I could pick up, like, let me
Just
listen
not
to you.
it's like not taking advantage of his kindness.
Yeah.
And the fact, because I do feel like it's really hard to find guys that are intentional and serious, like in these days. So I think as a girl, like if it's some boy that, you know, he's not serious and he's just playing around and you also playing around, okay, you're not invested. But if the guy is actually, you can see there's intention, it's the right thing to do.
You don't wanna.
Yeah, because we've got enough toxic people. We don't need to more produce more.
I think that's the only time it's like when the guy's not really husband material.
Yeah, and he probably knows he's not husband material as well.
Yeah,
low key.
Exactly. And you haven't even really said how do you know he's not your husband? Maybe he also has traits that are just a bit like nah.
Yeah. Have I ever done breadcrumbs? I think I have.
Yes, you have.
Who did I do breadcrumbs for?
Huh?
Do you think that's breadcrumbs? Okay, yeah. I think I think that was breadcrumbs. Yeah, I have done breadcrumbs, but I think I done a breadcrumbs because I wasn't sure, and I think I was feeling of trying to weigh out options.
Yeah.
But I think I wasn't.
But to be fair, once you were sure, took all the crumbs.
Yeah, I took all the crumbs with me. There was no more sprinkle.
Yeah. Do you know what? I don't think I've really breadcrumbed.
No, you have. Oh, have you? Wait.
I feel like I'm quite a direct person. Like, and if you keep doing, that's actually on your own accord.
Yeah, I think you're direct.
Yeah.
But I think you're a slow burner.
Yeah.
You're a slow burner. You take a minute to like someone. So if someone's chasing you, it's like, but I'm like this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think I'm a fast burner.
Oh, very fast.
Get straight to it.
I was trying to think of this breadcrumb story, but I just feel like
do it. Come on, babe. I shared the card, and that's a big thing.
Well, you was also part of this one then.
What's that?
Yeah. But I would say you're a part of it because when I told you, you didn't really say Adiola, that's breadcrumbs.
I hate. Tell me about myself.
So I was seeing this guy and like I was complaining to him that I felt like he doesn't really like do anything to show that, okay, I'm dating this girl and like you're intentional in terms of like, if it's Valentine's Day, you get me a little gift. Okay. If it's Christmas, you get me a Christmas gift or whatever. Like, show that there's, do you know what I mean? You've got it in you. So I think this one was Christmas and they had come and they were like, no, it was even after Christmas or something. And then they came and gave me a gift. But the gift, I don't want to say what the gift is because
But that needs, because I'm still thinking, who are you talking about? What situation is it?
It was the like mini skincare thing. Oh, you know now. It was the mini skincare thing, which honestly at the time I was just happy to get a gift. I was like, hallelujah, it's an improvement. We are getting there. Maybe it's not what I used. Maybe you didn't put much thought into it, but it's getting there. But now that I think about it, I think, is this something that, you know, like you just had laying around, or maybe it was your sister's, or because I just think, what made you get that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what made you go? If you went into the store and you went to pick that, what made you get that?
Yeah. Like, I really see that now.
Yeah, so, but obviously I was just gassed.
What was I? I think I was, oh, that's really sweet.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's really sweet. And I was just like, yeah, babe, I mean, like.
But I'm not going to be like to you, I'm not going to be like to you, nah, babe, this is a shit present. Like.
No, I feel like sometimes.
But I didn't think. I didn't think because, like I said, babe, like I was also thinking,
oh,
he's actually got
just two delusional best friends telling each other exactly.
Because now
we never stood a chance.
Now you deep it now, babe. I think. Oh, but babe,
and it was the mini as well.
It was the mini.
Yeah, babe. It was that, like, you know, I don't really like, you know, when you're gonna buy skincare, you're not really too sure if you're gonna like it yet, so you just get the mini little collection. So it was just like,
okay, cool. I really do feel like, okay, moving forward, if I think something is
It's
a bit
breadcrumbs.
I would tell you. But your birthday was not breadcrumbs. was definitely two loaves of bread. That was 2 loaves of bread, okay?
Toasted and buttered.
Yeah, that was fine. But okay, cool. Yeah, that one. Do you know what? I wouldn't say it was breadcrumb. I would definitely say though it was just like
the bar was low.
The bar was low. But I think because of the situation and that person, it was a bit like, oh, like he's trying, like we finally. It's like finally we got here.
Yeah.
But then now when we just know what you deserve and what you're worth, it's like no. But I think I've had...
And babe, can I just say as well...
Oh, God, was there another one?
Nah, like I was so gassed by it because obviously he gave it to me in a little gift box and I was so gassed that, you know, you have the little tags on the gift box that he put my name on it as well because I was like, oh...
But it's like the little things though. I think it's the little things that sometimes you think is low, but it is sometimes the little things.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say that's breadcrumbing. I would say that
the bar was low.
My standards was clearly low and that I was just getting gassed over minor things. And like, you know, when you're already trying to hang on to someone, when they give you that little one thing to hang on to, you jump on it with your whole leg, body,
100%.
arm, and you don't want to let go.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it was.
Have I had something else like that? I mean, when I had my I Saw It First collection, my partner at the time, I had to kind of remind him, like, are you going to book us dinner? Like a celebration thing for a big moment. And like, there's things like that. I think the bar, I'm trying to think, what was the low bar?
We don't have to give them all now because we want to save some for other themes.
Yeah. Because this is breadcrumbs we can do when you know the bar was
in hell.
Oh, God, yeah.
The bar was in hell.
Because I think there'll be some really good ones of like, this is what this guy done for me.
Yeah, and when you really think about it, why was I so gassed by it?
Yeah.
But
wow,
she said, have I taken it too far? What do I do? This was actually an advice one. Maybe we should give her a bit of advice.
Yeah, I feel like we have. Like, let's
I think you could be there for him in terms of as a friend.
If you actually genuinely like the guy, like exactly. you want to be cool with him.
Because he's going through a tough time. But I don't think like messaging someone here, flirty there and there, unless he pours out his feelings, you could just be like, do you know what? I'm not going to lie to you. I'm just not sure yet. Like I'm still a bit confused, but I genuinely like you as a person and like talking to you.
And then also as well, maybe have a think about this one. He's not married. He's not her husband material, right? But you're in between situationships right now. So maybe the guys that you are dating are also not husband material because you're landing yourself in situationships. How long can you be in situationships? And he seems like a guy that has good interactions. He wants to see you. So maybe don't write him off completely. You can still like being friends with him. Yeah. Maybe he's not husband, but you know, sometimes
I guess you need to say as well, like, if you want to come back, maybe we might have another theme down the future and then we can bring this one back up again. But if you give us the reasons as to maybe why you feel like he is, you just already know he's not your husband. That could also help. But in terms of being there for him as a friend as well, sometimes you can just be there for guys and it doesn't always have to be hanky-panky.
Yeah, or transactional, like he needs anything back. Just be a nice person, like he needs you. Sometimes that's what it is.
Exactly.
But do you feel like you're ready to deliberate the breadcrumbs? We should even put ours in here.
We should put ours and deep ours because at this point. But
Okay, so I definitely feel like deep hit dilemma number 1 is probably the deepest when it comes to breadcrumbing, because I think it's just what breadcrumbing is. Do you know what I mean? I think out of all of them, this really does describe it. You meet a guy who you think's your type, and why is it always the tall, handsome, and funny that always have to be a little bit tapped? Do you know what I mean? You tick all the boxes like that, and then there's something wrong with you. You think you meet someone, they tell you that they love you, like you're already getting that, oh my gosh, he's told me, and then but he's not seen me, but then you're mentally thinking, but he's told me he loved me, so maybe he's busy. Like your psychological, is it your psychological or your mental's clinging on to that one positive thing that you think is a big thing, but deeper it's just words. The actions hadn't actually come to pass yet. And I feel like, you know, when a guy likes you based on his actions, because he's told you he loves you, which is the ultimate thing, you're clinging on to that. And then even the whole, you know, he's just busy all the time. You're assuming he's busy. You're giving excuses for him. And that's what you do when you get breadcrumbs. You're thinking, oh, the yeast just hasn't fully developed yet, you know? Like you just make these excuses because of that little thing they've dropped. And sparking up conversations every 2 to 4 weeks it's not healthy, because you'll be angry, but basically they'll get you excited, and then you'll have the conversation. They'll leave you high and dry. You'll be angry, and then by the time you start to get over it, they'll come back again, and then you'll just start, oh, maybe he was just busy. It's that cycle. So I think this one is deep, and it's just confusing. This one's the most relatable, and I know it's hard to meet other people, and I feel that's why she says it's getting so hard for me to meet someone else. But it's like, you have to really, really pick yourself up and know that this is not the standard for me. You want someone that's consistent, and a consistent guy would not leave you for 3 to 4 weeks. And I think they wouldn't say I love you straight away as well. They want to usually get to know you properly first. But this one's definitely the deepest. And then the second deepest for me would definitely be number 2, because I feel like this one, maybe this one should be number 1, because you guys are best friends. Number 2 is actually quite deep as well, because imagine falling in love with your best guy friend. Like, imagine. And he's paying you, and I feel like this girl is getting played, and I feel so bad, and I feel like the ball's in the guy's court. Like, he knows that, oh, I've got a best friend here who has an attachment to me. You never want to lose your best friend, right? And then you know that they're attracted to you, and then on top of that is like, you've given them little things like kisses. Like, you've gone from just spewing words, even though he didn't even say he liked her back, but he's done the worst. Actually, he's given her actions for her to think that he likes her. Like, a kiss is like, oh my gosh, like, that's where you know, like, by the kiss. And I just think, oh, it's sad. The fact it's gone on for months. He's cold, apologizes, kisses, texts me. He's like, this is just toxic, man. So this one's definitely deep, and I hope she can kind of distance herself from this friend, because if he really was a best friend and cared about her, he wouldn't be doing this to her, because first of all, you guys have crossed a line that could potentially break the friendship, but also you're hurting me along that, and declaring your love to someone as a girl is already like, eeh. So to do it to a best friend where you could lose them in both ways is scary. And then breadcrumb number 3 is kind of like, maybe we're biased because we're girls, but I personally think like, it's not that deep, you know. You're not giving the guy too much. And I think as girls, it is more important for us to keep our cards close to us and give them a little sprinkle, because we want them on their tippy toes. We want them to fight for us. We want them to give them a little for more, because I think when a girl they love hard, and when they give everything. So we don't want to be giving everything or expecting, like, giving everything and we're not getting nothing back. So I like how she's paying it, but I do feel like, you know, she said, he's going through stuff, have a bit of like moral and have a bit of like conscience to know that, okay, I don't want to take advantage of this guy, especially if he is kind of a good guy. He doesn't have to be your husband or your type, but definitely if he's doing good things and he's nice, just don't take advantage of him. So yeah, that is my verdict of the breadcrumbs.
So I am going to put the guy best friend, the girl that confessed that she liked her guy best friend, as the deepest one, because I think, not that I have any experience in this, but I just think the fact that you had the friendship kind of makes you feel safer to confess your feelings to him. So you would think that the fact that you're friends, he would treat you a bit better or have a bit more respect or be more straightforward. So to be getting breadcrumbs from someone that was once your friend is actually just even more frustrating. Like, guys that I just meet as to date them, they already piss me off. So the fact that you're my friend, I feel like I would see it as a deeper situation. And what do you mean you need to sort your head out and it takes you months? Like, why is it taking you months to sort your head out? Like, is your head broken or something? I don't understand. And I think he's just a big waste of time. And then, you know, when you've clocked someone's game and now I've left you alone, you're coming back to beg me. What are you begging me for? What are you actually begging me for? And I hate when guys come back and they beg. Like, don't beg, just do something, because all these words, it's annoying. If you're going to now come back as my friend, I expect you to come back with a big gesture to do something and just be like, do you know what? Meet me here 12 p.m. And I go there and then it's just this whole big thing. And you're like, you know what? I know I've been back and forth over the months, but it's made me realize how much I love you and I choose you. That's the only reason you should come back and beg a girl. If you're not on that type of timing, honestly, leave her alone. So the next one I would put as the next deepest one is the guy that wanted to tell the girl that he loved her after they met on holiday. I just think he was just a weirdo. And low key as well, you need to also take accountability, because why is it a guy you met on holiday telling you love him in the first week and you took him seriously? Like, clearly he's either a weirdo or he's not recovered from the alcohol from the lads' holiday that you're both on. Do you know what I mean? You don't come and take what's those holiday romances and bring it to the UK and genuinely think that it's gonna be a thing. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I feel like everyone knows that, but that's not you. It's not all the blame on you, okay? And yeah, do you know what? I feel like this guy was a typical guy. I feel like the actions were clearly there, but me too. Who am I to say the actions are clearly there when I have my own? But yeah, so that I would put as a second. The third one, what was the third one again? Oh yeah, girl, you haven't done anything wrong. You're doing amazing, sweetie. Keep up the good work. So my darling.
Yes, my darling.
Mother to be, fiance, wife to be, best friend. What did you put as your rankings?
So I done it from the first one for me was the one where she met him
on holiday.
That
was your first one.
That was my first one, just because I think that one fits the generic breadcrumb situation. Yeah. Like when I think of how he's moving,
it's very, what's it called? ABC 1 2 3.
Yeah, 3 times
4
3.
5 6.
Yeah,
1 2 is 4.
Yeah, it's very much like that. And I think what it was, I think what I said in the confession, can we call it confessionals?
Let's call it confessionals.
Okay. What I said in the confessionals was how like he did the thing where it was like the words is what you cling on to, but the action wasn't matching
there.
it.
So it was kind of low-key her fault.
Do you reckon?
I think when you sit back and you take accountability of like, you know what, he actually did it. Because you know, sometimes when I deep like certain situations I've been in, I'm like, why did I even like you? Like, you actually didn't give me anything to like. Do you know what I mean? But because I wanted to overlook all these things and then make excuses for you and then just hold on to maybe one little thing, which really, in the grand scheme of things, is actually nothing. You didn't give me anything to like. So that's my fault for liking rubbish.
But still, I can still say to him, there was actually no need to say I love you.
But no one he said it on holiday though. But when they was both on a girls' trip. Babe, do you know how these holiday romances, you really be thinking that in the moment that you love them. And when you're still recovering from the 3 shots, I've been having 6 shots every day.
And I said, I love you.
I met you on the 5th day. But did she say
they were drunk? Did she say, we don't have enough?
You just know.
But fair enough, but I just still feel like the words, I think she's clinging on to it.
Met on a holiday with the girls, so he must have been with the lads.
Yeah.
By the end of the week. Yeah, man. That was the tequila talking.
But let me see. And then she says,
we got back to the UK and we started messaging every day. But he never made any attempts to actually see me. He wanted to leave it as a holiday fling.
But that's why I feel like for me, that is the breadcrumbs, because she's obviously caught feelings within that holiday. Like, you know how you say so easy, he said it, so she's caught feelings. And you know, you got hopes, like, you know, sometimes you're just like, you really want to see someone and you like them, and to
be fair, not everyone actually does the whole holiday romance. I've never had a holiday romance. I did meet someone on holiday before that I liked, and I did try to carry it on in the UK, but clearly
did you? I didn't carry mine on. I was the one that just dropped dead.
Is it?
I was savage. I have to remember.
Either like what's it called? Hopeless romantic. Hi. Or she's like, black men in black. Don't see you, don't know you. And like when she sees you, you would think that, hey babe, you're right. Like, she's so calm. Like, it's like you lot didn't even have anything.
No. There was this one guy that I met on holiday, and like, he was in love with me, and he was liking me, and I loved it because I loved the attention. You know, a little holiday fling.
But why didn't you want to carry it on when you came back?
I just knew it was never going to go anywhere. Like,
why though? Because you didn't allow it.
He was just too rude. Do you know what he said?
What did he say?
It was very attractive though.
He would kill for you.
He was like, I'll shoot him in the face. And I was like, you do that for me? So I said, I thought that was so sexy. I was like, this guy will shoot someone on face with me. Like, that's mad. No one's ever said that to me before.
That is so mad. Like, I can just imagine, not Maz in this era, but Maz then. Like, and obviously when I first met Maz, she was in, like she was like that. So I can imagine a guy saying that, I'm gonna shoot in the face. And because it's such a different world for Maz as well, she's thinking, she's
some guy was trying to
to
talk to me on holiday and he was like, no. And I was just like, whoa, this guy loves me. And then after that, I knew like, yeah, he's definitely too road for me. Like, I can't. Babe, I'm not. Because I'm a ride or die.
Yeah, Maz will end up getting arrested for getting caught up in whatever he's doing.
It is. So that was it. But I really just cut off. Babe, he was trying. I felt really bad, but I just had to be... and remove the bandage. Like I had to be like, oh no, I'm not interested. And he just didn't understand because we were doing lovely, like in the pool, like everything.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I can't imagine.
So yeah.
Oh gosh.
So who did you pick first then?
Oh, I put the one that confessed to her best friend.
I see why. Because you know, every time I have my idea, right, guys, now here I was like, actually, you know what? I get why you'd put that one first. So what's your main like?
Because I just feel like getting breadcrumb from a guy that you intentionally went into date or whatever is kind of not expected, but there's a bit of the back of your head.
Yeah, it could go either way.
Yeah, when it's your friend, you kind of have you have more sense of hope. You have more sense of safety.
Because you wouldn't do that if you didn't think possibly, you know what I mean?
And even if it wasn't the case, you would expect them to communicate in a way with you because we actually have a friendship that you would respect that to even just... If it's not that, you would just let me know what it is.
Because he left her, he didn't say nothing. But I think I said it in mine. I was saying how it's the fact that you kissed me. Like, why
did you do that?
There's no need. And it was kind of, I think he was taking advantage of the fact that she likes me. I got her where I want her. She wants to still keep me in her life as a friend. Because, you know, you never want to lose a friend. Yeah. And then on top of that, I was like, oh, if I want to, you know, dibble in the pool a little bit, I can. And she'll still be there. Yeah. So, yeah. And then the last one, I was like, it's not that bad.
Yeah, girl. You keep doing you. But yeah, guys, that is the end of the episode.
I know. This is the episode where I need to do my declaration. Guys, I've been so excited to do this declaration because I really want you to hear these words.
Okay, give it to me.
Adjo Patron, I'm really excited for you to go and locked in. I don't think you understand. I feel like this is your time. This is your moment. I feel like you're going to slay. You're going to be an iconic character. I'm going to be supporting you from day one to when you leave that house. Be yourself, your unapologetic self, because that is why I love you. That is why the deepest podcasters, listeners love you. Because you're that girl. You're Addie the baddie, and I'm rooting for you to win.
Oh, love you, babe.
I'm gonna miss you.
I'm gonna miss you too, babe. Sorry, there's not much emotion from me.
No, it's all right.
Guys, I get really awkward when people give me declarations of love. I'm getting used to it now.
No, take it all in because there'll be a day where I'll be giving all that attention to my baby.
Oh, you still give me some.
I'll give you some.
Because even mine might even get diverted to the baby too, babe. You won't be getting it as much. I didn't get you nothing from Mykonos.
Oh yeah,
normally you ask for a key. You'll be, oh babe, you didn't give me a key.
She didn't give me nothing.
Forgot, you know. I genuinely forgot, but I did forget about the baby.
No, it's okay. It's okay. So that made me happy though.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, guys. Anyways, but next episode a lot should have changed. We'll know how Adjola done. We might have a baby.
No,
we won't. We hope we don't. But I'll still be pregnant. I'll still be pregnant.
You'll still be pregnant, but you'll guys just be a lot closer to your due date.
Yeah, and then we'll get on track eventually. We promise. But yeah, guys, if you guys have enjoyed this episode and you're listening via audio, remember to give us 5 stars and don't forget to follow us on all our platforms, which is at the deepest pod.
Yes. Yeah, and if you're watching visually, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you guys next week. Bye.